Alright, so this is part 2. Let me go back and save that part. So this is part 1. Let me edit this. Part 1 of me getting into alright, so let's see. It's not the password. More. Alright, let's see. No. Turn it on. Let's see. Says it won't connect. Let's see if that's the right name. Let's see. It connects on the phone, but won't on here. So that's the same thing the tablet, the what you call it is doing. So if I go in, let's say scan password. Cannot connect to Wi-Fi. So it is doing the same thing the camera is doing. So let's do forget. If that's even the name, let's see if I can change the name. Let's see more. My Wi-Fi. Because that's not done. That's not. It's connecting to a different. That wasn't the password. So it's connecting to another Wi-Fi using that same network name, because now I'm looking at the right password and that's not the password. That's why it won't connect. So Now let's try this and see if it's going to do it again. Alright, now let's see. Yep, so it does exactly right. So what it did, it has two networks that was labeled. That's why he sent it to the phone, and it said wrong password. Just like now I changed the password and it said that it is connected. Alright, so this is connected. Now let's see if we can connect the camera. This is the main important thing. And I got my phone for that. Alright. So
ready to connect.
alright, so let's see. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Roku. It said ready to connect. This is gonna be it's gonna be I think that's just not gonna be a number.
QR code scanned. Please wait.
I think I just put in the wrong password. Alright, so Motorola Moto G24 works. Camera. Duplicated network.
Setup completed.
Alright, so let's see. Alright, so definitely have to talk about this tonight. Definitely will be going green. Camera works. Alright, so camera works, this work, I'm happy. TV works. Now, we're gonna figure this out. I have all of the notes here. Let's go on live on my other Facebook. And let's get on, won't even open.
the door locks. I looked at this yesterday and said, why would this be staged here?
All
It's
right,
not
so
the apartment. So
this
what
is
would this mean? And this looks like, to me, it could be turned into a dispatcher board. And because Cheryl Bean had one in her house.
Okay, so let me get connected to Wi-Fi. Thank you, Jesus. I miss my camera being on. Let's record. All right, so we're connected here. Let's go live and let's get ready to do a presentation tonight. Let's get everything done and we're getting ready to go green. Now let's see why the notifications are not coming. Let's go back in here. And it has the wrong name for one. So name is Crystal Ketchup Bedroom. Crystal Ketchup Room. E. Oh. Alright. Save. Now notifications are all there. Event detection sound. We want that there. Detection zone, need that turned on. And detection sensitivity high. And we want to restart and let's get in motion. Let's get going. Going green. Alright, so let's get on YouTube. If they let me go on YouTube. Might not. But if not, I'm happy. I'm on my own personal camera. So it's 6:59 p.m. And it is, today is 6:59 p.m. and it is April 28th, 2025. And let's go over to, we're not going to do a screencast. Yeah. Nah, I ain't going to do a screencast today. Not yet. Alright, next. And then we're going to do no. And then we're going to do live. They let me go live. They're not mad. Oh. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go live today. And let me get something to drink. I'm motivated and ready to chit chat. Come on down. Woo! Alright. Let's do it. Alright, got me something to drink. Let's go green. Alright. Father God, I thank you and I acknowledge you in my ways. Forgive me today for my sins that I've done that are against your will. I'm so grateful for your grace and I do not take advantage of it. It means everything to me. Without your grace, without your mercy, without you being who you are, I could not stand here in this room and talk, more or less be saved. A person like me, you died on the cross for my sins, for my thoughts, for my ways, for my desires. You died on the cross for everything I could even think of doing. And you called me righteous. And you said that because Abraham believed in you, you counted his sins as righteous just because of his faith. Oh, great God that you are, that you could look down on me and see me as righteous. You can see my belief in spite of my unbelief, in spite of what it feels like sometimes, in spite of everything that's going on, in spite of every trick. Oh, that you see me as righteous, that you see me as holy, and that you call me accountable. Don't let me abuse your power in any way, for I want to be just and like you, holy, set aside, and called according to your purpose. I thank you Great God that you are, have your way in my life tonight. Oh, that you would speak through me and use divine words that are edifying, that would mean something, but that are powerful. You know how to create, you know how to design, and you know how to build. And that you would take this very thing that the enemy meant for harm, oh great God that you are, that you would work it out for your good. I love you, I thank you, and I praise you. I give you all the glory, the honor, and the praise. I thank you for all of the wisdom that you have imparted unto me. Oh, that it will not come out of my mouth and go into soil that cannot be fertilized for your kingdom and for your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. We give you all the glory and the honor. Amen. So today we're going green. Because I'm going to turn what the enemy meant for harm around for my good. So, all right, I had to get this out. All right. This is going to be a T-Mobile review because of what I experienced today going to get Wi-Fi. So, I've already said that anything I get is free and I don't have to pay anything for it. Something wrong with it. It's a setup. So today, we're going to talk about going into T-Mobile, getting Wi-Fi. Joe cut off his Wi-Fi. And his Wi-Fi only allows me to connect on this phone only. It doesn't allow me to connect on this phone that looks exactly like this phone, but this phone is broken. But it won't let me connect to the TV. It won't let me connect on the tablet. And it won't connect my camera. But it will connect only to this traveling SIM. So, I had to go get service. And they aggravated me so much going to sleep so that Wi-Fi and the need to feel protected would present itself. So I went to go get hotspot, Metro, and because the device is using other connections, it used a lot of the hotspot. So it wasn't working out. So I went to go to Walmart to check on a hotspot. Conveniently, Walmart said they didn't have any hotspots in the store. I started to get a tape recorder, but I already have one in storage. My issue with just recording on tapes, they take all the tapes off the market, so you can't buy none. I bought the tape recorder for $20 in 2021 in around April, and they took every tape off the market. I went to Walmart after Walmart. They took every tape cassette off the shelf. I couldn't buy any. So I went to T-Mobile, and I asked for a hotspot, but he pulled out this and said, this is free. He didn't want me to have hotspot because hotspot hooks to a device that hooks to a network, whereas the internet hooks to a network in itself that could be anywhere T-Mobile is. So I said, okay. Immediately, he starts getting information and just gets to going on his tablet. He takes the tablet and says, put your email in, which I hate typing on those tablets because they're going to take those tablets and use them for fingerprints. And then he says, and every time he said do that, he took off. Gone. Away from the camera. So at this point, I'm wondering, why are you not on live? You never go anywhere near T-Mobile or any cell phone store that you're not on live. Why are you not on live recording this? Because it doesn't matter. All they're going to do is take it off and put one view on it anyway. The same way they're going to do this. So I didn't really worry about it. So I went and the guy had his jacket zipped up, no name showing. Then I asked what his name was and he unzipped it and it's just a name there. But he didn't say, he just moved it this way. So they go, that means you just went to the back of the store and they said, here, give her a badge, and he put it there. But is that not the same name that was from around this same time in 23, maybe, or 2023, out in near Peachtree Road? But either way, so what happens is he gets on there and he says, oh, this is just, you can easily get this phone. Get this account. You don't have to worry about anything. We give it to you free. You just walk out the door. I said, go to a phone number? Yeah. Oh, that's the catch. So he activates it, tells me again, put your password in, and T-Mobile just starts sending alert, 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 alert. And then it says, thank you for e-signing your documents. Well, what document did I sign? So he took it, the first thing he did wrong, according to the law, which it doesn't matter as a slave, but if we were talking about somebody white that has rights, then the first thing we would do is your billing preferences. Now, when you're in a setup, all of your billing preferences are going to go electronic because they're changing your state. And they don't want you to get bills in one place because you're being set up. So we want these bills to go to an email, and that email is going to be attached to a device. So that's the first violation. The second is you have no right to sign on my behalf for nothing. So it clearly says, and I pointed out to him, and he said, oh, don't worry about that. That don't mean nothing because you're a slave. And it clearly says that you sign documents and that here's a copy of all the documents that you signed. I didn't sign nothing. I didn't see nothing. 3, the problem is he said, you have to go online and I'm going to send you a code. Okay? So this is the next one. And this is going to say, when you say go online and you will send and receive codes in emails, this is going to link online setup, and this is what you don't want. Because at that point, when he says, go to your email and give me that code, that means that this has been set up online and not as in person in the store. And this is going to send that email to that eSIM. And then it's going to be linked to that other phone number. So you're going to make a receipt right there at that time. And then when they do online setup, they're going to say, give me that code. And that code can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're going to put that in that online application that your duplicate profile is setting up with you. And you're just going to get the receipts so you can join. So then once you set up, they're going to go ahead and configure that network. Over Wi-Fi with a phone that has a special IP address and MAC address attached. And then once they get done with all of that, he's going to say, he said, download an app called T-Life. And he said, you have to activate this device through the app. Well, what if I don't want to download that? You're supposed to activate the device on your, but he didn't want to do that. Because when they send this code out, this is sending it to, this is like throwing it out. This is a catch and swap for the team. I'm throwing you guys the bait. Here, catch this. And so all of the people catch it and they go activating. Get online and activate their devices under this network. Because now what you have done for them is you have created a network. And once you have created this network, all of those agents and all of their garbage and activity is going to rain in like a flood. This gives them a network, taking Joe out of the equation. This is a network that you're fully responsible for, and we're finna bring in the garbage. This is the link that you're waiting for. When you go to court and you want to link online criminal activity, pedophile behavior, online fraud, you need a person to take responsibility for a network. So what they did was created the network. Network stands for many. This is going to be many different phones, many different devices, many different profiles created by male and female. And they're going to connect this under this T-Life app. So then what you do is now go ahead and set the username. He never said set your own username. And he then said go ahead and delete the app. I'm going to delete it for you. That's what he said. Because he has my phone. He's taking possession of it. So he's taking the phone, clearly, put it in his hand, and I see him, and this is what his hand is doing. And they are communicating with him, and he's communicating with them, and this is all he's doing. Just destroying my phone at his leisure. He never used any of T-Mobile's equipment to activate this. He used mine, which is theirs, because of the duplicated SIM. So then he says this has a SIM card already in it. Oh, we're definitely gonna go there. You said it got a 1 in it. Hello? Okay. So let's add that. So we got the username and the password. Once you created that network, they say, okay, change your network to this. Which is why when you see me come home and activate, under that name, what does it say? Ding, 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 wrong password. But when you go into the app that he wanted to delete, it left the password available. So I would have been stuck, which is what they wanted to aggravate. So username and password. And then now, number 6, we're going to go into SIM card. It's already inside. Where did the SIM card come from? What did they hear at Walmart? You're looking for this. I will go over to T-Mobile. So conveniently, this was at another table with another male somebody in the store. I think it was an older lady, a Mexican, and somebody here, me and this guy, and he says the SIM card is already in. So when you go to the SIM card, it's already in. Let's go to the phone number. Phone number. Here we go. 6588. How many bank cards is that? Count them up. So we're going to put a little up sign next to that. The law knows what that means. That means that is more than one account. So we're going to leave that because we know the phone number is a link. We don't have to ever worry about that. That is going to be the least of the concerns. It's a hard SIM in there. We know that is a problem. And it's going over Wi-Fi. We know that is a problem. And then we know that the network is now your responsibility. So now you have created a network for devices and TVs and phones, or same thing. And this is what is under that network that will turn into banks. So if you look at this, what is the problem? So when I went in there, I said, does the hotspot have a SIM card? Yeah. Okay. So this hotspot has a SIM card. Then if I wanted to stop this operation from happening to someone else, what am I going to do? If I wanted to stop this from happening to anyone else, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to not activate your secure. I'm going to separate. First of all, I'm going to change the device because I personally believe that it is impossible to stop any type of cybercrime when you're only using two-factor authentication. So I'm going to implement my device with 6-factor authentication that puts multiple layers of encryption and authentication around all connection points to your device. Right now, you're only connected 2 ways: phone, your number, and email. And that's why you have hackers, because you're only connecting 2 ways. You need to be connecting 6 ways on your device. Those 6 layers of encryption covers every aspect of your phone all the way down to the IMEI number. So without that, you have nothing. You can attempt to be a cyber mogul and buy out T-Mobile or purchase lines or towers, and you would need billions of dollars to do this effectively, because what you want to do is dominate the towers so that these people don't have win. Because once you buy out the towers, then now you want to create. And so you're going to create the device that is going to go over security. Because now what you have in this camera is this doesn't have a SIM card. And I asked them about their Wi-Fi having a SIM card, but I didn't ask them about their cameras having a SIM card. The camera needs a SIM card. But in order for the camera and that SIM card system to really be impregnable, it needs to attach itself to a hard, secure line. Your security is only providing security up to the point of your Wi-Fi. And if your Wi-Fi goes out, then where is your security? So your camera needs to go to a hard line that goes to a tower, so that in the event that Wi-Fi is, if it detects a cut in that line or a sudden loss of power, that SIM card is going to kick in immediately, kind of like a generator, and it's going to pull every IP address within a certain radius, and it's going to record that data and hold it for your review. And it's going to run on the amount of gigabytes that you set. So you can say, I want you to run, in the event this happens, I want you to run on hotspot for up to 5 gigs. It's going to send you an alert, and it's going to let you know when it's nearing that point, so you can extend it or whatever you want to do, so that it will take the data and pull it and erase it and record more, whatever you want to do. So it's going to have multiple layers here for the camera. But you still want that camera to be connected to a hard line on a secure device. So even though we're fixing the camera, because that is what gave me the problem, you still want your camera going to a secure linked system that is not Roku, that is not Ring. Those are not secure channels, because they're mainly depending on Wi-Fi. Though these cameras need a SIM card, and that SIM card needs to be protected, encrypted with 6 layers. And then it needs to connect to a hard line. And once it connects to a hard line, now you got options. Because now I just bought out everybody on the electronic market. I don't have nobody that is in competition with me because of the fact of I just bought you out. I bought the towers, and then I'm now in security. And then now what I just did from there, I bought out televisions, because now what I did was, and now that you got a camera, turn to channel 3, that's where your camera, that's your channel when you're not home. So as big as your television is, that's how much you can see. And then you can add your other ones here and there, but this gives you the ability to come on. And now guess what we got? We got FaceTime on your TV. Because what I did was took that technology and turned that, and just like I'm looking at this, we're on channel 3, and I'm talking to you from my car, and you're at home. So that is what this is. And that's why this TV is this, and this is this, and all of these devices are one and the same. So, which goes into your TV is chipped. Your camera is chipped, and I'm chipping your email. So, in my system, you can't hack me. You can't use my SIM card and go anywhere, because I'll see you by the time you get to number 3. And that's what 6 factor is. It puts the law on level 4 without you knowing that the law is on level 4. So by the time you get to this and you get to here, by the time you get to level 4, the police will be at your door. You won't get past 4. So the purpose of this is to use artificial intelligence to create a secure platform that is codependent on an impregnable network. And this, I'm sorry, Roku is not doing it. And neither is the Ring. It's a wonderful system, but it needs Wi-Fi. And that sucks. So what you want is a SIM card, and then you want to build a security system that links to that SIM card, that links to the network, that links to backup. And so this is what you want your house to look like when you're not home. So now you have Roku, and you're leaving home, turn to channel 3 and leave it there. Well, that level number 3, this is my own network, so I can make any channel mine. Number 3 is your security channel. It's all things security. So when your kids want to see you or you want to see them, turn to channel 3. Open the app and we can see each other. You can communicate. So this is what TV is. And then this will go, because it'll be my TV, and it'll be my security system, and it'll be my tower, and it'll be my phone. Then now it'll be my games. They say I play games anyway. No, but I want to make a social media site. And so I could definitely do that with a device and the TV and my phone. So you're taking this and you're making something beautiful, because all of this is outdated. It's all garbage. Wonderfully made for the times in which we used it, and we're thankful for it, but it is all garbage. And if you really look at it, people that are paying big money for Wi-Fi are getting duped, because you're only as good as that connection. And when that connection is not there, what is securing your business? Nothing. So then what are you going to do? You're going to build a system that does not depend on that. And I went today in Walmart and I looked at every one. There's not one camera on the market that does not depend on Wi-Fi. So what does that make me? A billionaire right now. Because I took what every company has and I made it into one. And what does that make me? Now the biggest billionaire, and I'm black, on the planet. Whether they give me the credit for it, it's true. Because who am I not beating with that plan? I'm beating everybody on the market. I'm beating out every phone company. I'm beating out every TV company. Because TCL is apps. Roku is apps. So I'm going to just take that idea and just come up with a phone that is apps. So then I don't need your TV anymore. What else do I need? I don't need your camera anymore, because my TV is that. Because I am the camera. I don't need you anymore. So what else don't I need? I don't need your phone service anymore either. Why? Because I am all things data. And since I'm all things data, I don't need anybody else anymore. What does that make me now? That makes me a mogul, a giant, a billionaire, probably a gazillionaire, if that's even a word. Because of the fact of the way that you're connecting. And see, companies don't want to do that right now because they make money off of selling you data. But that is fading away. Because you have people now that is selling you a phone service for $25 a month. Some as low as $15 a month. So really, data is playing out. It's going to fade just like home phone service did. So in the event that it does, what else are we creating? We are creating brilliance. So then what does that mean that we're doing? That means that we're taking this philosophy, this approach, and we're turning it to, hold on, make sure, because somebody's playing with my phone right now. And so what that means is we're taking this and we're turning this into a system that works. So this right here, what they did today, is not what you would do to anyone. Number one, I've said before, you don't take people's devices and make them your own. And turn on Wi-Fi and start connecting. If T-Mobile is doing the connection, they need to do the connection on their devices. When their device is not involved, their IP address is not attached. So what that means is, what that says is, okay, when you go in a court, then they're going to say the IP address that activated this network was. And see, when they go on Wi-Fi and they connect to Jane Blue on this tablet, because they're bringing the tablet with them to go to T-Mobile to set up. So T-Mobile says, that's not our IP address. We don't own that. We didn't use that. Right, because he said, use your phone. And this is when you go to May of 2024, and the investigator says, let me hold your phone so I could pull what? The IP address. The data. And this is when you're under arrest. The information is wrong. And I welcome it, because this right here is going to get me $436 million. Because I'm right. So when you come and pay out, because that's $436 million. Because this is generating false evidence. No further questions. Judgment for the plaintiff. $436 million. T-Mobile. And then go back and link the phone number to when it was established. No further questions. Judgment for the plaintiff. Settle down, settle down. That's what the judge gonna say. And that's it. But that is what this is. And I didn't have to take long about it, and just rolls off. And that's exactly what this is. This is garbage. And my camera is still not working. Because if you look at it right now, it's not picking me up at all. And it just was. And I'm all dancing all in front of it. So they keep turning this off. They do not want this camera connected for some reason. So I'm going to go back and try to figure out what is wrong with my camera. And then go from there. I'm very happy, though, that I was able to connect it. I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to end this live on YouTube. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to label this T-Mobile review. And those people know. That's a brilliant idea. And I'm happy about being able to connect to my camera again. Now, why they won't let me have any notifications on it I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. That is because of the way that it is connected to the phone. So, okay. It says that it's connected to system abuse, and it says activation date was 8/11/2004. The MAC address is the same. The model number is not. The model number on here, actually it is, but that's not the model number on the box. On the box it says CS1000R, and on here it says 1000X. But the MAC addresses are the same. This doesn't have an IP address on here. So I'm going to screenshot this. And that needs to go in my thing. Now I'm getting motion. I wasn't before. Let's see. Let's see. I'm in America's New York time zone. I don't ever think I'm in the right time zone. I don't. Alright, so I'm going to add that photo to add to IP addresses. Alright. Now, so I have an IP address for this. And firmware version. Check for updates. Alright. Crystal Ketchup Room E. Events. Wow. I really miss this. I miss my camera. I just like to record. Ever since I've been a slave, you get obsessed with recording. My sister did. Because you think that if you record, that you have proof enough to say you weren't doing these, atrocious things that you get accused of. Still no motion consistent, but I'm not going to let that bother me. Now what I need to do is I need to connect my TV, and then I'm going to pray, and then I'm going to get offline, and I'm going to watch me a movie now that I have everybody in the room with me, and their parents and their children and everything else, because this now brought probably about 50,000 people in this room. That box. It brought a network. That means a group. So, yeah. So, let's see. Excuse me. Alright, so now when we're starting that, I'm on live there. I'm on live here. I love it. I could just live like this. I want to live like this. I just don't want to live talking about this. But I want to live like this. I do. When I start doing business for myself. So I found a place to stay. The amount is good. Everything. and that is on my mind. So I want to go focus on that, and I really want to just go mellow out. So I'm gonna leave this on live, but I'm gonna get off and go meditate. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want it to take too much of my time. Oh, and I'm quite sure that device came from some man's house with balls. Alright, so now I am going to relax. I did a lot today. I did a lot of walking, and I want to relax. And that network probably goes to a system for remote employment, because in April of last year, actually around June or July, that lady came and they installed another network in there on that TV. So that is probably what this is too. All things remote. I don't know why this won't go in. Weird. So, I am going to rest my nerves and let this go. I had a very long day. Even though I was only out for 3 hours, I left at about 3:06. Even though I was only out for 3 hours, that was a lot of traffic, a lot of people, a lot of scouts. When I went in the UPS, you should have seen how many people came in the store behind me. People don't give me no money for all of this extra traffic. They're only coming in to buy something from you because I'm there. And I don't get no cuts. I turned around and it was like the people all the way out the door. I'm like, golly. And it's like that everywhere I go. I go in there, there don't be nobody there. I come, 15 people coming behind me. Golly. Coming to swap. Alright, well thank you. I'm happy I have Wi-Fi. My camera is on, but it's not working, but it's on. But I'm not worried about that. That means that the other phone is just controlling it. But at least it's on. So I'm happy about that.